Hello, Good Shepherd and Saints Francis and John. I'm Father Lin Nguyen with Saints Francis and John. Happy Easter! This week we prepare with the Gospel message for the third Sunday of Easter. A reading from the Gospel of St. Luke. That very day, the first day of the week, two of Jesus' disciples were going to a village 7 miles from Jerusalem called Emmaus, and they were conversing about all the things that had occurred. And it happened that while they were conversing and debating, Jesus himself drew near and walked with them, but their eyes were prevented from recognizing him. He asked them, "What are you discussing as you walk along?" They stopped, looking downcast. One of them, named Cleopas, said to him in reply, "Are you the only visitor to Jerusalem who does not know of the things that have taken place there in these days?" And replied to them, "What sort of things?" They said to him, "The things that happened to Jesus the Nazarene, who was a prophet mighty in deed and word before God and all the people. How our chief priests and rulers both handed him over to a sentence of death and crucified him. But we were hoping that he would be the one to redeem Israel. And besides all this, it is now the third day since this took place. Some women from our group, however, have astounded us. They were at the tomb early in the morning and did not find his body. They came back and reported that they had indeed seen a vision of angels who announced that he was alive." Then some of those with us went to the tomb and found things just as the woman had described, but him they did not see. And he said to them, "Oh, how foolish you are! How slow of heart to believe all that the prophets spoke! Was it not necessary that the Christ should suffer these things and enter into his glory?" Then beginning with Moses and all the prophets, he interpreted to them what referred to him in all the scriptures. As they approached the village to which they were going, he gave the impression that he was going on farther, but they urged him, "Stay with us, for it is nearly evening and the day is almost over." So he went in to stay with them. And it happened that while he was with them at table, he took bread, said the blessing, broke it, and gave it to them. With that their eyes were opened, and they recognized him. But he vanished from their sight. Then they said to each other, "Were not our hearts burning within us while he spoke to us on the way and opened the scriptures to us?" So they set out at once and returned to Jerusalem, where they found gathered together the 11 and those with them who were saying, "The Lord has truly been raised and has appeared to Simon." Then the two recounted what had taken place on the way and how he was made known to them in the breaking of bread. Friend, this famous Gospel of Luke is very well liked and known to all of us. There are so much detail to reflect of ways to encounter Jesus through scripture, through breaking of bread of the Eucharist, through reflective retreat, or through spending time with each other. There is a little detail at the beginning of the gospel which I would like to highlight. The disciples were walking to Emmaus, which was about 7 miles from Jerusalem, where Jesus just died. They walk away from the eternal city of Jerusalem. Another way of saying they walk away from Jesus. How true is it that many of us are doing the same thing in our lives, either within our family or our community, and especially with God himself? We know Jesus came to establish the intimate relationship between God and us. Yet, how do we respond to that love? Or we take the opportunity of what God has offered and grow deeply in the relationship with God? We can say the same thing from within our relationship of family and community. Do we spend quality time to deepen our relationship within our family? Relationship is when we walk toward each other and not walking away like the disciples in today's gospel. Where are you going with your relationship with family and God? And here is a family activity. On the road to Emmaus, the disciples gradually come to recognize Jesus present among them. As a family, decide to spend a day where you strive to see each person you encounter as Jesus. See Jesus in the toddler who may be having a tantrum, the coworker who may have brought you a cup of coffee, or your classmate who doesn't appear to have friends. When you look at people and try to see Jesus, how do you treat them differently? As your family reflects, remember the psalm, Lord, you will show us the path of life. God bless, and see you at Mass.